He's after STARS members. There's no escape. 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 No escape. No escape. No escape.
Thanks, Control, coming on in. Gonna do a real short stream, everybody. Super short. Sorry about that. Oh no! Did I forget to turn the camera on? I rushed to get this stream. That is the problem. Give me 1 second. Wow. Well, you know, stuff like this happens, technical difficulties and all, in your stream. Don't be too mortified. This stuff happens all the time. Anybody who streams, or who is an aspiring streamer, just happen to fall in here and just see this. Don't worry. It happens. Welcome. How's it going, Serene? You got first in, for sure you did. Sure. Oh, my badge might fall off, by the way. It's just held on by a Resident Evil goo. Bio goo. So it just falls off every now and then. You know? Here, let me just completely shut this place down. Get it started. Nice cosplay? What cosplay? What do you mean? I'm not in cosplay at all. What do you mean? You know what, Serene? This is just a cowboy shirt, but it is olive drab, like military olive drab. So it looks very military. I give you that, and if that's what you're referring to. And I'm like, dressed up as McHale or something. But this is my beret. Maybe did you get so used to me wearing my Christmas hat? I was wearing Christmas hats this whole time. But now I'm out of my Christmas gear. We're heading into the new year. Has anybody got any good New Year's resolutions? Monica, what's up? What's your New Year's resolution, Monica? To try spicy peppers? Try them spicy peppers roasted? Take down the heat a little? Being the best gamer of all time. I don't know, Monica. Still not convinced. I'm not convinced even with all your trophies. No. Listen, we're gonna absolutely do no gaming really, I think, today. Not much. We're gonna watch some documentaries. How about that? But although try some of the games attached to the documentaries, because I'm gonna play Ham's Gift, one of Ham's Gift, just because I only have 2 hours. And I think Atari games might be, or the documentary might be the perfect chill. It's just sort of like chill and have our coffees. Years ago, you resolved never to make resolutions again. Yeah, I don't really do those too much. I do want to try to do things a little bit better, though. Monica, Liz was like, "You're gonna play RV again?" And I'm like, "Listen, of course, I've got to beat that mountain. But we only have I only have like 2 hours today, so no, it's not happening. We're gonna play some Atari, but we're gonna more like watch Atari documentaries together while I have my coffee. So if you're just chilling out, just so you know, I'm not trying to be a really great gamer like Monica right now. Just chilling out. Oh yeah, Monica, I got to another checkpoint past where we were. It gets, Monica, the next area that we're going to is absolutely ridiculous, and it just looks like it's going to be winch time. Gotta figure out the logic of the winch, fix our vehicle, go find scrap. Hey, Hem. Well, you know what? It's very chill. I feel like chilling out today and just having a coffee. Only got 2 hours. I think Atari games are really cool. Thank you for this gift. It fits in perfectly to a short, little quick stream. So thank you very much. Ham got this gift, everybody, for Atari 50. We're going to play some Atari 50 today. Exactly. Because I'm old, and this is what old people do. Not really. We don't do this. That's just lies. And by the way, I'm not old. You know, my mom is old. I'm not old. Oh yeah. Sorry, Mom. You had the Gemini as well? I didn't have the Atari. I had the Gemini. Oh, my eyes are blurry. What did you call it? I thought you said it was a gremlin. Gemini. Yeah. The Gemini was a knockoff of the Atari that played all the Atari cartridges. That was what my dad got me because he was too cheap to get me anything else. You know what I mean? Am I even live on TikTok? Oh, I am. Part of me wonders, Liz, if me watching myself on TikTok is what gets me knocked off TikTok. Maybe I shouldn't watch myself. I mean, how am I supposed to see the people's text on TikTok? I guess I don't know. I'll never know. Ham, what? You played? I never got to play the ET game. I never played the ET game. Yeah, we're going to watch some documentaries. Are you guys getting sound, more importantly than anything? Are you listening to the groovy music I'm listening to? Better? You got the groovy music now? I'll keep an eye on the volume because we're going to have to probably turn it down again. All right, in the beginning. We're going to look at the very beginning of Atari. This isn't like the very beginning of everything, but you know, it's pretty close. Computer space. Look at this thing. Look at that. Rotate left, rotate right. I think it was just left and right, and then the button that you shoot with was on the top of the joystick. Oh, on an angle. Oh, horrible for your wrist. Absolutely no regard for ergonomics. Look at that, though. It's got its beautiful, smooth lines. This was in the arcade next to a pinball machine. Imagine that. Just showing up. You've never seen anything like it. Just pinball machines for days. And this thing. You know? All right. Finding the first computer space. In the year 2000, former Atari employee Jerry Jessup saw a newspaper ad for a computer space machine. Okay. Let's see. So he found the first space machine ever manufactured? Oh. This is cool. You guys got a good sound? And chill
For
out
some
now.
reason, I'm looking through.
Shit, it's George.
Santa
He looks like
Claus
George Lucas.
In the just random stuff section for sale.
I had a double
I
take.
see world's first video game computer space. No price, just call. I'm like, wow, I'm pretty interested in this. So I called the guy.
Look
I
at
said,
that
so, you got a computer space? Yeah. He goes, yeah. First game ever. Okay, great. What color is it? And he goes, well, what color do you want? And I'm like, wow, this is getting very interesting, because who has a whole bunch of computer spaces, and who would know that they came in all these different colors? He goes, I got a yellow, a solid blue, metal flake blue, and
Look at
metal
that.
flake red. And he goes, a whole bunch of other games too. Okay, great. Want to come up and see them. These were in a Quonset hut on a sunflower seed farm off of Highway 80 in Dixon, California.
California.
Halfway between, the Bay Area and Sacramento. And these things hadn't been moved in, probably since 1975. And so I got in touch with Nolan and showed him the pictures and scratched his head, and then like a light bulb went off in his head.
It looks like a prop out of Space 1999 for sure.
These were Ted Dabney's units. This was his route. When he
But look.
he took a route that we had, and he goes, this yellow one's the first one. He goes, I know it. That yellow one is the very first one. I kept the first one, which is a beautiful
It's
yellow.
George Lucas's brother. It's so it's uncanny. He looks so much like George Lucas. It's crazy. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. It could be.
We got it all for $5,000. I don't regret the purchase one.
$5,000.
Not for a minute.
$5,000 for the first video game ever made. Crazy. This is the business card of the guy. This is the guy who so it was Dabney and Bushnell. Bushnell was the guy who started Atari. I think we'll get a nice clip of the guy who Atari and Company. This guy here.
Well, I'd say 30 years.
This is pure history.
Present. The arcades have been relegated to the back rooms and the side streets, and generally been an unsavory.
Friends, I want.
You know what?
What we want to do is bring the amusement game to age. If we can give it a new zip and a pizzazz, it's going to be financially successful, as well as, I think, a very serious part in the leisure time activity of the American people.
The marriage of traditional pinball machines and computer technology has resulted in the birth of a new breed of amusement games. And Nolan Bushnell is the man handing out the cigars.
Look at all those
Bushnell
pongs,
has
man.
developed two such games, Computer Space and Pong, and believes that they and others like them will move the pinball industry out of America's bus stations and bowling alleys and into the space age. In 1971, Bushnell invented Computer Space, but sold production rights to Nutting Associates of Mountain View, California, for royalties based on the number of games sold. It proved a good deal for both parties. Sales already exceed 1,500 machines.
Holy.
Computer Space, like Pong,
how you make money.
sells for around $1,000 and is played on the screen of a standard television set, which has been programmed to display the desired game.
Well, Ham, I'm
In
gonna
Computer
play
Space,
like
player
the
controls the rocket ship, which is
asteroids
trying to
later.
shoot down enemy flying saucers
The asteroids
while
on this
avoiding
game,
their
this
missiles.
version of it is really good. Love it. Like I played it for 2 hours the other day.
If the player scores more hits than the enemy saucers, he gets one free play. By the time Bushnell invented Pong in 1972, he was able to form his own company, Syzygy Corporation
1972.
in Santa Clara, California, to produce the game. He has
1972.
already sold over 1,000 machines and expects to sell
I was
10,000
2 years
in
old.
the United States by the end of the year. Pong, as the name might indicate, is a game of video ping pong. The two players turn dials which control their electronic paddles and volley with an equally electronic ball. The first player to score 15 points wins. While Bushnell did design and program both his games, the technology he uses dates back to the late 1950s. Thanks to research by the Defense Department in the wake of Sputnik, Bushnell is now able to act out his dream of a nation inhabited by thousands of Pong and computer space games.
The government spent millions of dollars on this technology, And as a result, now it's cheap enough that we can put it into a game and sell it for 25 cents for a few minutes.
The sideburns.
And make $1 at it. It's a
You never quit them.
it's something that the research and development really was done many years ago, and now it's cheap enough that with PC boards and integrated circuits, we can use that technology to our advantage.
The basic electronic unit of Bushnell's games is the integrated circuit. Each of these small chips is capable of storing large amounts of information. The program for a game is determined by specific combinations of these units to form a PC, or printed circuit board. The printed circuit board then tells the TV screen what to do. A single printed circuit board is all that is required to operate Pong, whereas 15 years ago it would have taken enough tubes and wiring to fill an average house. Bushnell first saw the commercial potential of video games in a game called Space War, which has been played at computer centers around the
So
country
before
for
they
several
got
years.
it to this size, it was all tubes and wires and filling a house to be a computer.
It's a big computer complex. And one day
Think about
it just
that.
hit, this
Now
is a lot of fun.
now our phones are like more powerful than
and,
like
one thing leads
1,500
to
of
another, and pretty
Ataris.
soon, from doodling on
Probably.
a scratch pad, you're actually working out some basic block diagrams.
Look at all
and
that.
from there you think, boy, it's going to work.
Interesting, right? Notable and quotable genius of Atari was to create a fully formed commercial game that was designed for the masses and accessible to the masses. Okay. More than just a game company, it kickstarted Silicon Valley. A lot of what we think of in Sunnyvale is a result of Atari. I think that ethos of creativity and openness that wasn't common back in the 70s and 80s, yet Atari pioneered that. And there we go. This is what Pong was when you came into the arcade. This is what you actually just two knobs. Two knobs, and you put your quarters down on the side there. Look at those knobs. They look even like super small, not really great to grip. Or maybe because the machine was big enough when you got up to it, those knobs were a decent size.
You know what the Atari motto is? Innovative leisure, right? Well, it didn't say innovative arcade games. It didn't say innovative video games. It said innovative leisure. It was broad from day one. I mean, Nolan always had a consumer game in his mind because that's what he hired me to do. And I wound up doing the wrong thing and making a hit coin-op game, right? When I was at Ampex,
They just
I
look like
learned
hipsters
how to
today.
make sync generators, synchronizing the basic fundamental
The look really hasn't
circuit
changed.
necessary to get a TV signal because we had to generate an analog signal. So you do that and you get the ball at one speed and you.
I just miss
put
arcades in general,
it's
Ham,
not-
for
it's a
sure.
very, very boring game. And
I grew up in arcades.
so I had
why I love
added
arcades,
the speed
arcade
up
games.
and I added the angles off of that, just what to make it playable, interesting, and so it started getting a little interesting. That's cute, and Nolan said, "Well, it's got to have score." We had a pretty good game, and hey, great. So what are you gonna do for sound? I go, sound? I'm already over budget. What am I gonna do? Nolan said, "Well, I want the sound of a roar of a crowd of thousands applauding your win." And Ted said, "I want boos and hisses." And I'm thinking, how do I do that? Listen, I got video. I got the goddamn game up. Now you wanted me to do this. I'll be right back. So I pissed around for a day and poked around sounds that already existed in the vertical sync generator and gated them out with the 555 timer. I love it. Years later, the sound is so well thought out, so appropriate. It was like, are you kidding me? It was just, just thrown together in spite of what the boss said. And so that was how Pong came to be.
Crazy. And you'll probably let me play it too. These are the flyers when they put it out there. That's what you sold it. Striking artifact. Starting a track mode. Oh, this is to like trying to sell it to the pinball places that own pinball. Trying to get them to like take in, I guess, arcade owners Trying to sell it to arcade owners. Make money with us. With other companies quickly looking to capitalize on Pong's success, the clone machines, Atari looked to improve upon the experience. Pong doubles let you play players in one and get in on the fun. In this promotional photo are Joe Keenan, third from left, Nolan Bushnell, third from left, fifth from left, and Al Alcorn. Those are pioneering names, but we just... Since most coin-operated games were installed in bars and thus inaccessible to children, Atari developed Puppy Pong, a device meant to be installed in the waiting rooms of pediatric offices. The idea did not catch on. Puppy Pong only had a small production line run. Oh shit, Puppy Pong is out there? Who knew?
So everybody's heard the Pong story. Probably everybody's heard the Pong story, but I've heard it many times, and from Al Alcorn himself, who designed Pong. So
the story I've heard is that they installed one of the first Pong machines in a tavern.
Tim Schafer, Double Fine Productions?
As a test.
Put it out into an arcade and
Hey,
see
Sin,
if it
what's
makes
up?
money. I mean, that's the market research.
Probably worth a ton.
My understanding was Ted built a cabinet.
Man, if I had
simple
all my
cabinet,
old cartridges,
over the weekend, and
sure, it'd be okay.
a coin mech bolted to the side of the cabinet, tabletop type of big thing was sit on a barrel.
Placing a interactive video machine somewhere and having people play it was still a relatively new concept. Nobody knew if it was going to go.
Oh, what is the name of the bar in Palo Alto?
San Jose?
No, it was Andy Caps.
It was Santa Clara?
Sunnyvale.
So we'll put it in Andy Caps. You know, it's a coin-op game, be it fragile and humble, and so we did.
Well, my memory is that he gets a phone call, the game's busted, which of course is the usual thing you get on a support line. It doesn't work. What is it, and in what way does it not work? Well, it doesn't work.
The bar owner or manager at the time kind of yelled at them and like accused them of their game being shoddy because it had already broken down and it was no longer functioning or working.
And they get a call, you know, later on that night and like, hey, this thing broke. come and pick up this piece of shit game.
Legendary.
Get it out of here. You know, this thing broke. You know, I'm not going to waste my time fixing this crap.
But anyway, the machine, we got the word that it stopped working, and I figured it could be anything, and I'd go out there and take a look at it. And so I went to the machine, and the first thing you do is you want to try to play the game, because the machine was on in a tracked mode, so it was working, but you couldn't start a game. So you open up the coin box to basically flip the micro switch to give yourself a free game, because I'm not going to waste a quarter, you know.
And so they went down to see what's wrong with the machine to fix it, and what they found out was that it wasn't broken. It was just that so many people had played it, they'd filled the coin box with quarters, and it was jammed, and it couldn't take any more.
So many people had played it that it couldn't accept.
So they knew they basically had
The game is broken because
huge
it's stuffed
success.
so full of quarters.
Because so many people
And it was
played
a
it.
small, I remember it was kind of small. If I remember, it was a small space. It just filled up with the quarters, and it wouldn't take it.
When I opened up the coin mech, you know, all these quarters just gushed out. So, whoa, that's impressive.
It's the equivalent of like crashing a server when you launch a new website and it's so popular. So they crashed the server on Pong.
And one of the other reasons it was also so popular is because you can play it with one hand while you're still holding a pint in your other hand. And that also was one of those things that, you know,
Secrets,
eventually many years
don't
later
tell the
led to
kids.
the rise of
Don't tell the
arcades
kids.
that we have, you know, and we
Pong's an adult game, kids.
And Al will always say with a,
All,
with a
I guess
little
that's all it is.
twinkle in his eye,
It's for adults.
This is a
With
problem
one hand.
I can fix.
Their
Basically,
coffee.
the way it worked was you take the money, the deal you have, and you split the take with the owner of the bar. And so I did that, and I had this sack of quarters, and the next day I come into work and I said, I got the machine fixed, and here's the problem. The goddamn thing's making too much money. And no one, really?
But it was one of those great moments where something that supposedly was failing was actually such a huge success that no one could recognize. It was truly the ugly duckling version of technology.
Because remember, Nolan thought, he was like, "This is just the placeholder until we get to design the really good
But
game."
you know,
because
that
nobody's gonna play
wheel,
this stupid
that
shit-ass
wheel
game.
traction thing, the
They wanted to
Pongs
produce all
were
these
so
classic, memorable
so
arcade
responsive
titles for years
and
that allowed the company to
made the
survive
games
and
extremely competitive.
so much more
So
than a
that's why
one-hit
people
wonder.
love playing
So,
it. 'Cause
that's my understanding of the history of Pong.
It's a great story if it's true.
you're good or you're not good.
When a story is good, you know there's some doubt about it. Like, oh, that's too good to be really true. It's probably a boring version of it. That's actually true.
You know, I
All these guys look like they're retired.
to me.
Ham.
You know, I mean, I've kind of seen that.
They're
happen
not. They're not in the lab
You do
making
get a really
games.
good
That's for
game, the
sure.
coins
Hunched
will
over a
just
computer at
fall
the moment.
below and,
These guys are all probably just playing video games right now. Or chilling on a beach,
Anyway,
hopefully.
that's how that all happened. Yeah.
Just have a property somewhere in the sun. Most likely. Right. So that was the legend of the broken Pong machine. Now, the Space Race. Okay, Atari's second game and went back to the space genre. Space Race challenged two players to get their spaceship onto the top of the screen first while dodging an asteroid field. Although space games would eventually be some of the top earners of the arcade, Space Race was not a success. For Atari second game, okay, it's the same thing. Same time. Space Race. And this is like explaining it to you. Okay, but let's go down because this is hilarious. This is kind of crazy, but this is the time. This is the genre. Atari's fourth game was a simple maze game in which one player attempted to catch the other. What made Gotcha controversial were the pink domes covering the joysticks, which were meant to resemble breasts. The game's risque flyer extended the metaphor. Oh my god. Ultimately, the domes were removed from the machines because of cost concerns. We're talking about the domes over the control. Oh my lord. Look at that. Gotcha. Insane. That was the world back then. Excuse me? Wait. Okay, it gets even worse apparently. Touch Me. An Atari coin-operated machine called Touch Me was not a video game, but an electronic device that challenged a player to repeat an ever-lengthening pattern of button presses. Okay, Ralph Baer, the inventor of home gaming consoles, saw a Touch Me machine, was inspired to improve on it to create the iconic handheld game Simon. Okay, so this eventually turned into Simon. That's understandable. Hey, Caretaker, what's up? Key Games. While Atari was quite successful in 1973, it felt it was being held back by the fact that coin-operated machine distributors wanted exclusive agreements, so it created a competitor called Key Games. Really? Separate company headed by Joe Keenan that would sell similar machines to other distributors. Key's game Elimination was released by Atari as Quadrapong, for example. Interesting. This military combat game was the only title produced by Key Games that was not a clone of an Atari product. Shortly after its release, Atari formally acquired Key, bringing an end to the fiction that they were competitive rivals. However, the Key Games division continued operation under its own name until 1978. So, are you saying that Atari created its own rival? Quadra Tank. Really? Oh shit, we can play it! First new entry in the Tank series. I love tank games. Since 1978, Quadra Tank is a 4-player twist. Oh, I see. So you got to play with 4-player. Play on ice. What is... Oh, try... Okay, there's triangles. So this is obviously like a remake of what Quadra Tank is. And I don't think... The Quadra Tank is... Really? Because I remember playing this on the Atari. So yeah, this is like... Tanks. Wow, we can put an AI tank in anyway. Okay.
Get ready.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. There was, but I don't understand. They've broken up the controls into two. What have they done here? They've broken up the control into two controllers. Listen, this isn't it. This isn't it. They're making me use two controllers, which is great if you're like actually playing tanking, but back in the day, we didn't have two controllers playing.
Rocket.
Maybe this is an arcade game. I don't know. Maybe it's bad. Maybe it's like based on an arcade game, and in the arcade you had How you outrunning? What? Gotcha. Come on, a little bit.
Rocket.
Oh, got rockets.
Speed.
Oh, and they can turn turrets that way. Okay. Shit.
Speed. Laser.
Look, you got me. Hey, Abdullah, what's up?
Laser.
Okay, so this, and that's really fascinating. Oh, the square. Oh, X is that. Okay. Fascinating. Where do we quit, do you think? How do you quit? I can't figure it out. Select. Okay. So that was interesting. It seems like that's a modern version of what the game would be like. Arcade games. From transistors to CPUs, early arcade games like Tank and Pong were not software programs. Instead, they were built purely out of custom computer hardware. Mounted on massive motherboards, the 1975 release of the incredibly affordable MOS 6502 processor meant that Atari and others could now program their games in software. Home Pong. Okay, we're getting to Home Pong now. Hey, Cloud, what's up? Oh, shit. Cloud comes in with some chicken injury. What? Cloud, I'm sorry. You're having a day, eh? Dropping the old chicken on your foot. Nook, what's up, dude? Telegames, Pong, Home Pong. Although the Magnavox Odyssey, designed by Ralph Baer, had already came out in 1972, the home video craze fully ticked off with the wildly successful Home Pong. First release is shown here by the retailer Sears at Telegames Pong in the 1975 Christmas season. Basically, this is pretty much what I think we had first, or not me, someone else had this. But maybe we had a nicer version. I think the version I saw was like the wood grain, beautiful wood grain one. Atari Pinball. Atari launched a pinball division in 1975 with the aim of innovating on the still popular game. Atari built more expensive machines with advanced computer hardware and larger playfields, but the new technology was not reliable. Atari quickly left the pinball business, but not before producing some interesting tables. Liz, are you having a good day? Atari's pinball problem.
I mean, Atari really, why were they in the pinball business? You know, here they had this tiger by the tail of video games, you know, just this supernova of creativity and possibilities, and, you know, they were nailing it left and right, creating new genres every other week. Why would you mess around with pinball? You could tell our games were just not working, you know, and due to reliability, poor engineering, you know, thermal issues, issues of the games just falling apart, poor hardware design. You know, it just, I could see the writing was on the wall that we were going to go down. I mean, the pinball division was just a massive disaster. I mean, it was, You know, it's kind of the you know, kind of the hubris of you know, I guess Silicon Valley. Even in that era, you know, where it's like, oh, these morons in Chicago, they make these crappy old games. You know, like, you know, we're gonna redesign everything. We're gonna put the display down in the bottom. We're gonna,
Huh.
you know, put the boards,
Sounds familiar.
you know, underneath the play field so all the crap falls in and shorts out the things. And I mean, it was really horrific design, and they caught on fire. And, the solenoids, they used this thing called rotary solenoids, which burned up, and the screws fell out. And, you know, it was kind of a, you know, just a complete disaster as far as like design and also testing. And so there was a lot of games that caught on fire in the early days. So, but they made a lot of money when they were working. You know, we did.
Sorry, Cloud.
You know, the programming was awesome because I did it. You know.
Go on this guy. Cloud, now you can take the frozen chicken and put it, just wrap it up in something and hold it on your foot. It'll ease the bruising. And thaw the chicken. Some of my grandma always taught me to do. The Atarians. Atari entered the pinball market in 1977 with the Atarians. Oh my god. Which featured a wide body playfield that was 27 inches wide. Let's take a look at this thing. Hey Atari, why did you even bother? Time 2000, first pinball machine for which Jarvis did the programming was Time 2000. Oh man. What the heck? Okay, like 70s was different, okay? Just everybody. It's really
Saw the
different.
reflexes.
Really different time, okay? Airborne Avenger. Kind of reminds, that almost looks like GTA, doesn't it? The art period. And Hercules. Ah, yeah, boy. Look at that guy. What the? Wait a minute. Oh my god. What the hell? Anyway, so he's fighting off a saber. I guess Sabretooth. She's naked, I guess, helpless, and he's freaking changed. Oh, okay. Anyway. 70s, man. Breakout. Okay, famously designed by Apple founders Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Breakout. They did that. I didn't know that. Breakout was essentially single-player Pong, in which also they basically got their start by making a different version of Pong. What? Oh, you've never played Breakout before, Cloud? Cloud, you would love. Everybody would love Breakout. Everybody loves Breakout. Why? Because Breakout is challenging and it's addictive. It's just a really old game, so all of us who've played Breakout, we've moved on. But Breakout is like ultra classic, and now finding out it's invented by Steve Jobs. Okay, that's kind of insane. We'll play it. Show it to you. Okay. We'll play it. Give me a second. Apparently, it's. I don't know when do I start. Well, there we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice. Severely out of practice. Okay. And so depending on like how you, oh my God. Was it this hard? Oh, fuck, it's fast. So depending on how, if like maybe the way you move your paddle, Cloud, or where the ball hits the paddle will direct the ball in a particular way. And so you get really, really sort of in tune, or you get good at the game essentially eventually. Why can't you just start? Does the person hold start? I'm still trying to figure out how I started the game last time. Wait, now pressing start it finally went? All right. Oh, I don't understand. It doesn't matter. We're going to break out. Maybe. But this is basically super classic, very, very addictive game because as you can tell, Cloud, like, can you clear it? Can you break out? Can you break out of this? And then it's like, this is just the start of it, right? Oh my God. This is just the start of this style of game. But what you will see that there's so many copycats and clones. You thought Resident Evil had clones? No. This game had clones, like by the thousands. And like it's like I don't know. Why can't you? Really, I don't know what the deal is. It is just supposed to be the start button. Okay, you have to go. Apparently, you got to press every other button first. One more try. I can't just like die with 4 bricks gone. For God's sakes. It's been years, okay? But this is like Tetris for some people, right? This is their Tetris, and believe me, it kind of. Oh, you son of a! Oh. Yes. Fuck. It's basically almost like telemetry, isn't it? Like you just have to kind of know where it's going to go and be. And it's just like pure physics. Should be, right? But it's, can you master the little tiny shelf of the Pong? It's hard, right? Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Breakout. Steve Jobs. Really? Neo Breakout. Okay, see, Cloud? It's just messing with us, right? It's like saying Neo Breakout. Neo Breakout. Dude, it didn't even look this old ever. That's the thing. I don't think it ever looked this old. Maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe this is the very first. Maybe they didn't show us the very first. I don't think so. They're just playing with us. Once I finish this level, it'll probably go to... I mean, we're playing Neo Pong, right? Not Ancient Pong. But this looks like Ancient Pong. Just trolling. It's got to be a troll. I mean, it's not even calling it Pong. It's Breakout. Oh my God. Sorry, Steve Jobs. God damn it. Ha! Oh, Lord. Oh! That's because I'm trying to, like... So if you... Oh, that's nice. If you move the controller at the right time, like you should be able to... It's like a curse. Come on. Be forever. It'll be like, yes! Yes! See what I tell you, troll. We are playing the modern one. Just, I don't know what they were doing. And they're like, now see how far we've come. Look at Breakout now. It's so beautiful and forgiving. like I haven't missed yet, which is ridiculous because the ball did look like. Wait, was those two balls? Were there two balls for a second there? Oh yeah, maybe like modern games that break out have given you, like pinball, multiple balls that sometimes get released. No! Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah. So depending on where on the pad, I think that's what it is, Cloud. Depending on where you hit the ball on the padlock, you're probably not even watching, but depending on where you hit your ball. So if you hit it on one side of the paddle more, it'll go in the direction opposite. Oh, that was beautiful. Hey, PlayStation, how you doing, dude? Yeah, like wasn't basically Acronoid version that was a version like this, but also had shooting. You can shoot with it. What? Wait, why is it coming down? What? It was like Tetris in a weird way. All of a sudden. Oh, wow. Yeah. Fine. Lame high score, bro. Oh. First place, yo. Anyway, pretty cool. So we're at Breakout. Okay, Steve Jobs' game. Clash of Cultures. November 1976, Warner Communications acquired Atari for $26 million, about $130 million in 2022. I guess that's when this game was made. Atari's main reason for seeking a buyer was that it needed funding to produce its first game console with interchangeable cartridges, the Atari VCS. But the marriage of Atari's freewheeling spirit and Warner's corporate culture would prove an uneasy one. Why Warner wanted Atari? Warner Communications, for its part, was eager to expand its entertainment holdings, seeing video games as an entertainment industry with growth potential. After buying Atari, it quickly began investing more money into it to grow the business. You just chilling? Yeah, this is what we're doing here. Just chilling, dude. I got my coffee. I'm just, I gotta go to work later. Like, really soon, so we're just chilling out. Watching this stuff. What is this? Ray Kasser, a Harvard Business School graduate. Ray Kasser enjoyed a successful career in textiles before Warner installed him as president and CEO of Atari in 1978. Kasser led the company through the most intense periods of rapid growth and enormous profit, as well as its most dramatic financial losses. Okay. When Warner kicked in, Ray Kasser had a marketing that knew nothing about games. They didn't play games. Marketing told engineering what to do and basically turned it into a stodgy, old, calcified, filthy rich company. Al Korn, former Atari vice president of R&D. This is pretty funny. In came Ray Kasser, and now there was a new mindset. The new mindset is, we got a cash cow. We got to milk the crap out of it. Howard Scott Warshaw, designer of Yar's Revenge. Oh, man. So basically, all the designers, all the people who make games, all of a sudden a big corporate entity just came over and went, wah, 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 wah. And they're like, what? Make a profit, make games, make money. Notable and quotable, I don't think Ray ever really understood the value of the engineering talent that he had. Wendy Allen, designer of Lunar Lander. Wendy designed Lunar Lander. Thank you, Wendy. It's one of my favorite games ever. A faithful shirt. Relations between Atari designers and the management at Warner did not improve when executive Ray Kasser called the designers a bunch of high-strung prima donnas in a newspaper interview. In response, the designers printed these shirts, which read, "Just another high-strung prima donna from Atari," and wore them to work. There were a fair number of people who miffed the high-strung prima donna thing, and Carolina was one of the graphic artists in the publications group. We just thought it a little and said, that'd make a great t-shirt. All right. Pretty funny that there was that kind of turmoil, I guess. And funny that they put this in the game. Like all that stuff is like just dirt that probably didn't even need to know. Did they do drugs at Atari?
You will hear stories of hot tubs in the lobby and drug use in the office. And I'm here to tell you that none of that happened in my department.
We started smoking pot right in our office. Rob and I were like the premier pot. Sorry, Rob. I and some other person who occasionally shared an office with me for 5 years at Atari, however that frickin' worked, we would just fire up right in the office. It's like, who knows why? It's like, this is like, it's illegal. It's like, it wasn't even a sense of privilege. It was just mindlessness.
I worked in a satellite office. I started in 1977, which was still pretty early. It was only 18 months since the 2600 came out. But there was no hot tub in the lobby of the office that I went to. There was no drug use in Atari, though I don't doubt that it was over where Howard and Todd Fry were working.
Drugs were consumed at Atari by all kinds of people at all levels of management, from the bottom to the top and all over engineering. Not everybody did drugs, but some people did, and some people enjoyed them, and some people abused them, and some people went to the hospital on them. And but by and large, drugs were a relatively nominal factor. Drugs, there was a lot of marijuana, and it would participated a lot.
This guy's spilling too much information,
so
man.
We had the way of, trying to incorporate drugs into our productivity model.
I went home and I smoked a joint, a little bit of cocaine and a little bit of psilocybin in it. And I was sitting there, it was about half gone when I realized, oh, you could do that. And it's like, I put it out and I went and I wrote a page of notes. And my design for that kernel was exactly what it ended up shipping. It was
Oh my God.
A tremendous amount of effort, actually, to get everything organized.
Because you're high.
Deliveries of cannabis in the inter-office mail. That was probably the primary use of
Oh man.
yellow manila envelopes.
Have game designers changed at all?
I think those Fridays when you get these really thick
Wonder.
envelopes coming through the system.
Yeah, for sure, man. They were all messed up on stuff, man. You know what the rumor was? Is that they all made so much money that they've never seen before.
Very straight German VP of hardware.
They just had too much money on their hands all of a sudden.
And he complained to management about the smell of pot smoke in the corridors. So they got him an office in a different building.
I have been asthmatic since I've been 12. I need drugs to breathe. I did not do drugs because drugs to me were something that let you get up in the morning, and breathe. So and nor did I think I wanted to mix those things. The high of me was doing the work, and I was always a happy guy. So I just didn't feel I needed it. So I never did drugs, but there were a lot there.
Don't put too much stock in the fact that every Atari employee was stoned out of their minds while making games.
I mean, there was all kinds of drugs consumed at Atari, but the real drug.
Oh man, LSD? Yeah, they're all chicken to say it, but yeah, for sure. For sure, there was probably a couple of engineers that were high as heck on acid. Just didn't say anything because they were like quiet. God. Funny. All right, Sprint 8, an 8-player driving game? Sprint 8 was a massive cabinet that featured 8 steering wheels and 8 sets of gas brake pedals. Oh my god. Ranged around a monitor that pointed upwards, allowing 8 friends or enemies to race simultaneously. Holy shit. They've got like even stick shift. Whoa. That's insane, man. Imagine the engineering. Imagine the weight of it back then, too, because it was probably all real metal and everything. It was like it was all probably made from wood and metal. Like not plastic or anything. That was the promotional flyer for it, for Race 8. Wow, Sprint 8. Look at that. Imagine that, playing that game during COVID. Atari Video Music, the first electronic music visualizer ever sold commercially. Atari Video Music could be hooked up to a user's stereo system, television set to display psychedelic visuals, reminiscent of Atari VCS graphics, to the rhythm of whatever music was playing. A variety of knobs and buttons on the front of the device lets users adjust the images. Oh, come on, man. Why did this go away? Like, why didn't they just keep making different versions of that? Cheaper and cheaper versions of that. Why not? Just like, I mean, now there's probably something, right? There's probably like big LED screens that you can attach to your PC now, play music and give you visualizations. Sure. But that was cool, man. And also probably weighed a lot. It probably broke pretty quickly. What in the... What? Fire Truck, based on Desire Wendy Allen's previous game Superbug. Fire Truck is a unique, I'd say it looks pretty unique. Unique 2-player cooperative game in which one player sitting in the cabinet steers with the front half of a fire truck, while the other player standing behind the seated player swings the rear half. So you put your kid in the front and you're in the back with your pint. That's what's happening. It was still like those days. Imagine just designing that and say, this is going to work. We're putting this in the arcades, and people are going to put in the quarters by the thousands. One of them will get to stand, and one of them will get to chill out, sitting down. And much closer to the graphics and chill. The other one has to stand, though. I'm just trying to sell that idea. Superbug, the first game program designed by Wendy Allen. Oh, man. She's a hero. Superbug was a racing game featuring a bug-style car. The game was rendered entirely in black and white. The car appeared to be yellow because of a layer of transparent plastic over the monitor. Fire Truck. Come play Fire Truck. One of you gets to relax, one of you doesn't. Windows XP had one for free? Interesting. Super Breakout. An update to the original game designed by Ed Rotberg. Super Breakout was billed as 3 games in 1. Switch on the front of the unit let the player choose between 3 different game variations. It still had a black and white display with color added via plastic overlays on the monitor. That was like, I don't know, man. Was that cheap? That's just the technology of the time. They just didn't have the means of making different colors, I guess. Worked that way. Now, Lunar Lander and I Can Play. This is beyond great. Okay, so you insert your coin. You get going. I just don't know why. Insert coins. I don't know how to do it. That's gonna blow up. How do you insert coins? Okay. Oh shit! I'm just putting in a whole bunch of quarters. Is that how it works? Oh, I didn't know that. Wait a second. Oh my God, Lunar Lander was just a quarter sucking game. It just dawned on me because I only played it like as a game where you put 1 quarter in, you just go on 1 quarter. But now I'm looking at this going, you put more quarters in, you get more fuel. So you can go longer. So like if you put more money in, you get to play longer? That's it? I'm disillusioned. This is some bullshit. Also, too, the gravity is really strange. This is what I played in arcades. I played this game in arcades, and I had the best time. But I also was angry, right? Because it was like, at the time, it was like I only could get like 2 landings in, really, because I would always run out of fuel. Look how much fuel you got to burn. This thing's not light. It's not on. Fuck! Oh man! It's just like the old days! It's coming back to me! Damn it. This game is so hard, dude. And looks like it's not like I got more fuel out of that, right? And I'm trying for the hard one too. I could go for the easy base, right? But I'm like, nah. What's the point? You want the 5 times of nothing, man. Kron likes this game too. It's just what says he loves the Lunar Lander. It is one of my favorite games ever.
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill.
Yo, Merc. Thank you, bud. Thank you so. Oh no 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 no. Oh, touchdown! Oh yeah. See, you need old school chops to do this shit. It's so hard. Hey man, thank you so much. Merc, man, thank you so much for that. How you doing today, dude? What were you playing today? I thought I saw you playing some games. And I'm sure this game birthed like a million other games. What are you on lunch? What are you having? Okay, so like this one might maybe be you can tell my game is going to be coming to an end sooner than later. So I'm going to go for an easy point one this time, I think. Still wish I didn't burn that much fuel to get to it, but should have gone for the one. This one's so easy. So you only get like 100 points for that. This game was so ferocious, man. Okay, 4 times. That's interesting. Maybe I can get a 4-time in. What's cool is that this is like a game that they made for way back then, and it did actually look like this. But this is what would, oh man, that was so good this time. Oh my god, yo, I burned so through very little fuel for that. It was so simple. This is the design of this game is so simple. I mean, eventually people abandon these games in the arcade, you know. People left these games because they're so old. They're so old. They're just wireframed. But I love its pure and simple design element, which is just controlling the fictional weight of, like, I'm not doing it this time. It's gonna slam and die. Now you can do it, Liz. Anyway, that was fun. But I have like modern versions of the Lunar Lander game on Steam. I have like there's some more fun arcade versions of this game. People still making it. This game here is like a version of it, but it's like we're just looking at the classics right now. Touch Me. There's Touch Me. All right, here we are. Asteroids. I'm just going to play it. How much time do I have left? Not much, so I'm going to play it. Thanks, Ham. Thanks a lot, buddy. Really appreciate that you picked this up for me. So the thing is, I could play with my arcade stick actually, but We got me. Oh, got each other. Well, you know what though, Coffee? I've also put in the Asteroids Advance game, this, and it plays so wonderfully as well. I don't know if you've ever played the advanced version of the Asteroids. So cool, man. It plays so differently because it has those. Oh my God, I got cocky there. It has those magnetic pieces that this game does not have. And those magnetic pieces are just, they really did. When they built the second version of Asteroids and they finally did it, they really built a really good, oh my God, really good version of it. It's really hard to preserve this game because this game doesn't really kind of exist without being what it is. I've seen a real version of it at one of our local bar. We have like a retro bar arcade where they preserve games, and you just go there and they have an amazing menu, food, but it's like $10 gets you in for the evening, and then you can buy your drinks and food. But they have like an original Asteroids game, which doesn't have a joystick at all. It's just a bunch of buttons to play this game. But it's true vector graphics in the old tube TVs, the old CRTs, and the glow that you see from this. This is an artificial glow that this game is producing, but the actual glow that these games produce, the actual light that goes into your eyes is so different than any other kind of video game, and that technology is lost in a way. Like it's just not. It's not used at all, and so them it may be looking like a real primitive game and all that stuff. I understand, but also too, it's like a loss of a kind of neat technology that I wish we kind of kept around for various reasons. I know that there's like for example, if you ever play the Vectrex, there could have been much. Oh, I tried warping there. I'm just warming up, man. Talking too much. Not focused. Oh my God! Damn, I didn't just score higher. No, I didn't. Okay, good. 6 times. My top score in this game is what? 95-70. I put in the AAAs. I can't even beat myself now. An Atari Touch Me? Yeah, because it's turned into the game Simon. Simon Says, right? Like, do you ever play Simon, Liz? Those boxes that have the 4 different colors on it, and it gives you like a repeating pattern, and you as the player have to try to remember the pattern. Remember that game? So Touch Me was basically the old version of that. No! Little guys are the worst. No! Oh, shit. Oh. The teleporting in this game is not the best. You do just like spontaneously just blow up. And it's like, why? There's no asteroid where I was. So how come I just dead? And sometimes you're just dead. So I try not to teleport too much. Can't even remember if it's like an original flaw of the game where you just teleport into some kind of horrible situation automatically. But sometimes it's not even worth. Oh. Hey, good. What's up? How you doing? What do I get? That's not enough. I'm gonna try that. I'll play the more advanced one. It's the problem when you're like hanging out near the edge there. Oi. Holy shit. Ow. Oh, you son of a... Hey, Jane, what's up? Hey, Zero. Man. What did I get? You still didn't beat it. Okay, whatever. You're good? I'm good. I'm good. Good, Hunter. Yeah, man, I'm just playing some classics. I gotta go to work later, so I'm just checking out Ham's gift to the community, which was the Atari 50 game. And I'm playing one of my favorite games ever made. So I'm having a good. I mean, I could probably be doing this for a couple of hours. You know, just me. I don't know what it is. Like, even when I'm at the arcade, I do like to put in a lot of time into this. I kind of imagine that I'm just in the ship, and I'm like just a guy who's just trying to clear the asteroid field, you know, and all these fucking aliens are coming around and trying to just make my job a little more difficult today. You know? I'm just a guy trying to shoot asteroids. Okay, and then these aliens keep showing up. It's kind of fun that way. Oh, you son of... No, you don't! The little ones get you the most. Asteroids! Chain! It is, I mean... The thing is that I always equate a game of being good as like how many quarters I put into the damn thing. That's basically it. Like how many quarters did I spend on this thing? And I can tell you, I spent enough. I'm making far too many little ones. It's not gonna go well for me. At some point, you just kind of like zone out and you just try to like see what's coming maybe all around you and make just small, tiny adjustments. It's just when the ships show up, like these little guys. Very accurate. And then what I'll do is I'll show you here. Show you. Maybe they have it. This is Asteroids Deluxe. So instead of warping, you can produce a shield around your ship momentarily. This is another banger of an Asteroids. The only two I really, really like are these two. Ghost, what's up? What? Oh, I survived that. Now, you see those items? See those are magnetized shards that come after you on a continual basis. And it makes this version of the game so much harder, man. They'll keep coming back too if you don't clean up the asteroid field. So it gets really, really nasty. Hold it. The shield will only last for a couple seconds as well, so you don't want to hold it too soon. You want to time it right. It's way more useful than the warping. The shield is getting weaker. It's because it's running out of energy. See? More comeback. Free man? Woo! Ha! Ha ha ha! Oh, what the hell? Wasn't this played with a trackball? No, no. In the arcades, true Asteroids is only played with buttons. The old school. It just had basically one button for shooting and a left and a right. I mean, not one button for shooting. It had one button for shooting, one button for thrust, I believe. Maybe it had three buttons. But definitely only had a left and a right for steering. And then one button for thrust. That was basically how you got around. So there was like no need for an up and down, right? So the really old machines only have Basically 4 buttons. Forgot how you did the hyperspace. Maybe that was like, maybe that was a 5th button. There is that one in the arcade, like I said, that I go to. I can take pictures of the control scheme. I'll post it in the Discord. In fact, I believe I have pictures on my phone from it the last time I was there. And I took a picture of the control layout of asteroids. It's very interesting. Very simple and basic. Man. But you know what? Later on, though, you probably came across Zero Fire. There were probably tons of cabinets with a joystick and just the buttons. You probably came across them by the tons. Because eventually they did switch to controller, because I do remember myself playing asteroids with a joystick. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Oh! God damn! Will you? Will you? Nope. Oh, fuck! Oh, man, I saw that, too. I saw it happening before it happened. Fuck. Yeah, Centipede had the trackball. Centipede had the trackball, 100%. There were, believe me, there were games that should only have the trackball, and I'm sad that, like, there are trackballs still being made, right? You can still buy controllers that maybe custom made controllers. Someone out there can make a controller, or I think I saw somebody make a version of something like that where they were making a trackball. Because I mean, I don't know about anybody else. I'm not even a big golf fan, but when I saw that they put out Golden Tee, I was like, they better have the trackball. Some games you just can't play without it. Trackball was like, it's missed. It's missed. Same thing. I think like sometimes I even think some form of like a wheel would be great for some games. Oh, you punk! All-in-one controller that has every retro control possible. Thanks, pal. Help me out there today. Oh, man! Okay, one more time. I love these games. Sorry. I gotta play them a bit more. And then we'll continue with the documentary. we're playing a documentary, I think. Sort of. But, you know, this is one of my favorite all-time games ever. I don't know why. But like I said, I think it's just the simplicity of it, of just the few buttons, and the high emotional value it gives you. Like, like getting, oh man, getting shot like that or chasing a high score. It's always been a high emotional value, this game. And I think that's all that really matters, is like, are you enjoying your time? Are you having fun? Is it causing you to have emotions? Are those emotions a good release for you? feel like a boss. You've beaten the boss. No! And I don't even know if there's a boss in this game. There's just levels. Oh, that space still hits the tiny. Yeah. Oh, look at my. Is that my high score? 18,000, and I didn't put my initials in that one? That's bizarre. One more go. One more. Yeah. You like some of those moves? Those are some good moves, man. Oh my. Ah, you. Round over though? Oh. Shit, man. Just a split second. It's all over in a split second. Oh, no, it's nuts. I can't get my thumb on that damn shield fast enough. All right, well, good enough. That was fun. Fantastic, fantastic games. Like, I would own this just to play these games. Like, I even have this version of Asteroids right here. The PlayStation 1 Asteroids right here. Why? Because it's excellent. It's an excellent Asteroids. It's a good Asteroids, man. Nope. Missile Command, no. This is one of those games where you absolutely need trackball, right? Like you can't play this game without a trackball. It's not it's doable, right? I think what could replace it is maybe a touchpad. You know, like a touchpad, maybe. That could work. Trackball's missed. Warlords 4-player game. Centipede. How much time do I have left? Oh, did my camera go out? Yeah. Sure did. One second. Maybe it'll come back on. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why. One second. Let me just check. I don't have to check the phone now. No, phone's connected. Now I just got to check to see if camo is working. There we go. It's a little odd, but I'm back. I imagine that situation won't be a thing anymore. All right. So I don't know if anyone's ever played this game. This is Centipede. And this is another like super classic Atari game. Kind of reminiscent of like Space Invaders, because you're dealing with something that's coming down at you and for you. Where, you know, the aliens used to like, they come down and they come down faster the fewer they are. This one's a little different. It's not quite the same, that idea, but and the cool thing is, instead of being locked onto the ground, you're, whatever you are, taking out the centimeters, can move up to this level here and down to this level. So you got some maneuverability. The cool thing about this game is that when you've killed enough of these like mushrooms, these mushroom bugs start coming. Oh fuck! Gotta go. Take care. And basically, you're just trying to like just get as many points and survive. And this is a game that we played with. It has a trackball. Should have a trackball. Really annoying when you break up your centipedes like that. Wow. Wow. Not good. Doing good. Yeah, happy holidays, Abdullah. Thank you so much. You have a good one, buddy. And the kind of reason why you want to get rid of those mushrooms is so that basically it doesn't create those crazy bends for your centipede to make it confusing for you. Man, arcade games, so different than like games that we played at home, right? These were all meant to basically be made to set high scores. Need a game called Ronald Reagan Destroyers? Oh man. All right, let me try this one. Tempest. I don't know if anybody knows Tempest. Like, this game actually was played not with a joystick either, not with a trackball, but with just a Pong style roller controller and a button. That's it. But they made so many different versions of this game, or attempted to anyway. Very simple in concept. Kind of cool because it uses geometric shapes. And these sounds that are being used, these were also sounds, because I believe these were probably made by the same developer or same company that had that made Defender, and they're using the same kind of sound effects. The spikes. Oh, I didn't avoid the spike at all. Oh my god. But I remember playing this game in the arcades, and then when it finally came home, I was like, we had this in the home Atari, and it was just not as good back then. Such cool Old Skool sounds. This is the one that has the stems, so sometimes you want to shoot down the stems like that, take care of them. You don't have to deal with them later. Because you do need a safe passage down at some point. Then from that point on, they're just kind of like a mechanic that's part of the game. So you gotta get rid of some of the spikes. I don't understand what you're really supposed to do when they get up to the top. I just don't know. But that was Tempest. Maze Invaders, I don't think I played that one. I don't think I played Space Duel, maybe? Gravatar, though. Gravatar, I remember. This is another vector-based game. Boy, this one was interesting at best. I touched on this one just a little bit the other day, and I was like, what is this? I don't remember playing it too much. So this is one of the most challenging of the games back in the era, I think. I think it's like combining so many different elements of the landing game. Shit, that's what you do. You pick up shit. You have a tractor beams. And I didn't understand that at first. So you have a shield. Oh no, wait, you're not supposed to do that because that's basically the center there is like a black hole for the sun. I forgot how to do gas. Oh, it's just like the so you have your gas, you have your shield, and you have your shooting. Just like you do in Asteroids. But there's a constant pull towards that star. So then you go to a planet. And then you shoot the defenses. Right? But you also you also got to somehow prevent yourself from crashing because there's always gravity in this game. Okay, so that's my tractor beam? I never knew, but now I do. This is one of the most complex games of the day. No doubt. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, so wait, there's one more parcel. So you just check you just check it. So then you're done with that planet. You move on to the next one. What the hell? But this is what games were for a while. So difficult. Whatever. Come on. No way. No way. Oh, anyway. Gravatar. I never got a chance to really play that game. Yeah, seriously though, Liz. 1982. I was 12 years old when this came out. I wasn't in the arcades at 12. I mean, I was, but don't tell my mom. Millipede is just another centipede. Liberator. Massive rotating planets displayed at the center of the screen gave Liberator a distinctive eye-catching draw using characters from Atari Force comic series by DC. Liberator played like Missile Command. Okay. Reverse. Interesting. Quantum, designed by Betty Ryan of General Computer Corporation. Quantum made unique use of a trackball controller combined with the detailed graphics of a color vector monitor. Players drew curved lines to encircle atomic particles, clearing them off the board. If they got a high score, it sounds almost like Quicks, almost. What the? Colorful Shooter Dave? This is named from the phrase also known as another Ralston Halley? It's okay. Interesting. Black Widow I've played Black Widow. It plays almost like Tempest. But like Gravatar, I guess it was very difficult. Another wireframe game, like another vector-based game. Food Fight. Snooze, you lose, the little chefs. What? What am I supposed to eat? Oh, the ice cream cone? Are they trying to throw shit at me? What is this? This is actually really cute. What the fuck? Holy shit! Look how happy the chefs are now! Oh my god! They covered me in food. No, you don't. Don't you throw it! I could trick them to fall into the things. So like what? Do I trick them to fall into their things here? Oh no, no, he didn't fall. That one has a hole. Yeah, you're going in. Wait, I got... Yo, I didn't know I could throw fruit back. Hold on a second. Okay, cute game. That's really cute. Food Fight. I don't remember it. I never saw it. Crystal Castles. This is another trackball game. One of the harder games. It's a really good game. It's really hard. And without a trackball, it's even harder. That's all I gotta say. So you can jump over your opponents, but the point of the game is you want to attract them. You don't want them to get the last crystal. You want to get the last crystal for the bonus, so you can hear that music. If they get the last crystal, you don't get the bonus. So it's a little bit like partially strategic in a way of getting the gems. Because you see how they eat them? Fuck, they're gonna get the last one. Oh no. So I'm parking lot that looks like elevator action. Another one of my absolute favorite games. I saw that they made a remake of it just recently. Oh, I got eaten by one of those caterpillar weirdos. A little secret passage back here, see that? And then I got the hat that makes me immune. So I can go up here and just finish eating. Oh! Not fast enough. Rinse. Anyway, play Crystal Castles, everybody. You'll love it. Firefox! Yo! That's like a classic flying game, isn't it? They don't give it to you to play, though. Oh my god, they can't play it. Right on. So now we're on the next chapter. But what time is it now? It's 2:08. I gotta leave here at 3:30. So let's go till maybe about 2:45. Firefox was cool. I bet it was. Okay, dedicated consoles. In addition to a home version of Pong, Atari released dedicated consoles that played versions of its video pinball and stunt cycle arcade games. But clones were quickly catching up, and the company knew it needed a product that played more than just one game if it wanted a permanent spot in the world of living rooms. So Pong and a lot of games were just made onto actual consoles, and you couldn't remove them, and you couldn't add a game. So whatever game console you bought had the games on it until Atari came out with the first cartridge-based system. That's what made it so famous and why everyone started buying Ataris. So in 1977, oh my god, $200? It was like $950 in 2022. That's what it would have been equivalent. Shit.
On the simplest level, what the VCS, the Atari 2600, what that is, it's a combination of plastic and computer chips that enables you to play a video game, an interactive video game on your home television, which is something that never really happened before.
If you're making an arcade game, it begins as a hardware project. If you need something more in the hardware, just put it in the hardware and you can use it in your game. The Atari 2600, we didn't have that luxury. The game was already in Grandma's house. It was already hooked up to her TV. And all we could do is make a different cartridge, sell that to the person, he plugs it in.
It was the thing that made video games a worldwide.
I still think that thing is so beautiful.
And all it is it's a box.
I still look at it going, oh, wow.
On your TV.
Boy, I wish I had that console.
On a cultural level, that's such a huge thing to do.
Still want one.
There were two things that achieved that changed the world, literally changed the world. One is it put computers in homes. At a time where IBM only had about 10,000 PCs sold altogether, Atari had millions of units installed. And every one of those was a computer in the home. The other thing it did was it created an interactive medium with television, which was always a passive medium. Before video games, people were just zombies sitting on the couch watching TV.
You see? That's what I think of you guys on movie night.
To zombies jumping up and down on the couch, yelling at the TV. And that was a very different experience. And I think that was huge in terms of taking people from a passive state to an active state. And we're still learning the implications of that.
Laserdisc games, yeah. Well, like oh, look at that. You see? Why isn't someone making just a paddle? The Dilophosaurus? What? Boy, we're getting into the home console games now, which are just going to be kind of rough. Look at this. This is Combat's code. This is the whole code for Combat right there on one page. What? Very small program, just made up of 2 kilobytes of data. That perspective, just the image shown here contains the entire Combat program in machine code. It's more than 500 kilobytes in size. Just for perspective, I'm going to show you what Combat looks like. This is what I remember Combat looking like, okay? Dip switches? And look, you had guided it's basically guided. Guided with every turn. See? That's what we had to play with. Yeah, that's right. Suck it down. It's a little unfair because there's no one there to defend themselves. But I mean, that's the entire code of Combat for real. Always had a problem with the way that the bullets worked in the game. No, I don't think E.T. would be in this. I would love it if they put E.T. in this. I would love it. I would love it. I wonder if... Listen, I wonder if they did. I don't know if they did. You got Sea Battle at home. Surround, I don't remember. It's probably going to be like Snake. Okay. From the arcades to home. What do they give us? Outlaw. Look at that. Look at the box on that, too. Station wagon, driving, put your gun on your arm, shooting people, killing people, taking over people's... Oop. Outlaws. Canyon Bomber? Canyon Bomber. That must have been like... Dam Busters, I wonder. Or like what we're seeing up there. 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. Whoa. Keyboard controller. Hunt and Score. Codebreaker. Brain games. Very interesting. Oh. Yeah. Romanticize that era. Okay, don't watch the TV tonight. Play a video game instead. You hear that, Liz? Don't just absorb movies. It's just lying there passive. And by the way, this is Activision's line. Oh, are we going to get to see any of Activision's line and play them? And don't worry, I have all of Activision's games on my PS2. I have a version of that. Warlords. I played the crap out of this home version of Warlords, and I still never understood it because I didn't realize you need to play it with other people. This is the asteroids from back then. Boy, it's probably really bad. Let's see how bad it is. The translation was not as good. But we still played it, I think. From the arcade of what I was just playing, this is what we got at home. Honestly, it's fair. That's what we got. Super Breakout. Haunted House was, I never understood it. Niar's Revenge is what's famous as well. Which is another, like, call it a masterpiece. Because you're able to, I forgot even know why it was a masterpiece. Can't even play it. And this is the next part. Trouble in Paradise. With the impending release of its next generation platform, Atari 5200, Atari rebranded the VCS to the Atari 2600. It released a new model of the system with the same factor, but without the 1970s era wood paneling color scheme. The 80s had arrived, and the wooden game machine was out. You know what? I think I saw that black one around, and I didn't like it as much as I liked the wood grain one, but I understood it because it was like past time. That to go. Now, Liz, what are you doing? Why is there an elf, Dutch, German? You're just making some person money. I hope they're your channels. You should run a 24-hour elf channel. But now coffee. Now you too can enjoy Alf and understand maybe the jokes more. Right? Bet. Today we understand there is a video game console cycle. Game consoles become obsolete after several years and are replaced with new technology. But in 1982, this was not widely understood. With high-powered competition on the market, Atari wasn't sure what to do, and in response, stick with the 2600, introduce new hardware. As it turns out, it tried to do both. Man, then came the Intellivision. In 1979, the toy company Mattel had released Intellivision, a game console with a 16-bit processor and other technological advances. Its advertising position in Intellivision's software, particularly its sports games, as superior to Atari's. By 1981, Intellivision had sold over 1 million units. The first console war had begun. It's true. I have an Intellivision too. I ditched my Atari for my Intellivision. The Atari age begins. In 1982, Atari launched the Atari Club, a customer loyalty program that players could join to purchase Atari products directly at discounted prices, as well as issues of new Atari age magazines. Man, they were scared, eh? They were just trying everything. Deepest Diamonds, written by Nick Turner and Alan Murphy, this VCS exclusive sent players to the shooting gallery at Cosmic Carnival. Aimed at pre-teen players, Demons and Diamonds offered a more lighthearted, more accessible take on the target shooting genre. Hey, son, hey, Daddy, your name's not Sunday.
I got a tree on my house.
No, you don't. Real sports. So basically, it was Atari versus Intellivision. Atari really went hard. They really tried putting out some sports programs to try to compete with Intellivision sports programs, which were like getting all of the. And then it went into adventure games. It's interesting. Sword Quest, Earthworld. What? By Atari's most ambitious project for the VCS. Sword Quest was to be a 4-game series, each game hiding a complex puzzle that would lead to a single player winning a $25,000 prize crafted from gold and gemstones. The first game released was Sword Quest Earthworld, programmed by Dan Hitchens. Holy shit, man. Cammy, man, did you enjoy Jurassic Park last night? I'm not going to rate Alf. Alf is always on everywhere. Is this like the original origins of RPGing?
So Adventure was a really popular product. And we were there was some vibe around maybe a sequel to Adventure. And somewhere in there, I got the idea of doing a series of games that were contests with comic books, with real prizes.
It was nice. You enjoyed it? Nice, man.
We were part of Warner Communications.
I love that movie.
And somewhere along there, we had started to be doing bits of comic books with the games, and because Warner Communications owned DC Comics. Warner Communications, I happen to know, I don't know that anyone else was paying attention, also owned Franklin
They got
Mint.
DC.
Franklin Mint being a collectible company. I don't know, they made plates.
Holy shit, that was the prize? Oh,
I know. And medallions.
What the hell?
But it's a creative world. It's hard to talk about this without going me. I don't love going me, but a lot of it was, I consider myself to basically have been the showrunner of Sword Quest. The concept was mine. The literary concept, the material. So the games are actually moderately literate and erudite, right? The whole story is put together as a lot like a Grail Quest or something in Joseph Campbell. It would be a hero's journey.
Grail Quest. Dropped Grail Quest names. Okay.
A life.
Fucking love Grail
story
Quest.
Of a life of a energetic,
Anybody ever read the books,
magical
Grail
life,
Quest
right,
books?
through these mystical systems. So I pulled
I know
a
Zombie
lot
probably did.
of- I embedded it in a lot of historical culture.
Hey, Lakota, what's up?
And sold the idea, and it went over big. It was brave, it was ambitious, it was audacious, and it had a certain je ne sais quoi, but I don't know what it is. I'll back up a little bit. There was kind of a bizarre effort to do a combination of Twitch and adventure.
Man, I remember that sound effect.
Merge
Holy
them
shit.
To create an action adventure. I think Howard tried this in
So good.
in Raiders, right, where he tried to make an adventure.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That was
They didn't give us
built
Raiders on this
into
either.
An action game and merge the two. So I consider Howard and I to be some of the pioneers of action adventure. Got to say this in a certain way. So you'd play this action game and maybe get a clue, a prize that you'd add to your inventory. And if you had that in your inventory, then you could unlock, then you'd be on this map. You wouldn't necessarily see the map, but you'd be inside a maze, and a door would open in the maze, and there'd be another action game there.
Shit.
So it
Oh
was
no.
Kind of
That's like
a
fucking
first-person adventure with action
crackpots.
elements. That was basically, and I got looking back at it when I say it that way and knowing most of the time.
This is the Atari
it was
50
very
collection.
audacious.
This is the
It
Atari
was
50
actually
game.
very
Danny, that
creative. It was really
Ham bought for the channel.
It was really cool.
And because I don't have a really long day to play today, I was just going to check out all the documentaries. There's that fucking chalice. They gave away that chalice. Who won? Who won? Solution revealed, winner named. In mid-1983, Atari revealed the official solution to Sword Quest, Earthworld and Atari Age magazine. Then named the winner of the first contest, Stephen Bell of St. Clair, Michigan, who was awarded the solid gold talisman. Holy fuck. We gotta find Stephen Bell and ask him to show off his man, he probably sold it. In November 1982 issue of Atari Age magazine debuted the official Atari handshake. Perfect for identifying fellow Atari players and accidentally dislocating their thumbs. This could be taken way more different ways, though. I don't know if that would be the secret Atari handshake. I'm not sure about that. Because now it looks like one of you is using two of your hands. And the other one's just using one hand. Or, yeah. One of you is using both your hands. One of you is just using one, and it's in a very strange. Atari cult. Hey, wait, Jen, hello. We were doing too much in the 80s. Yeah, for sure, Jen. We were doing way too much. But Jen, did you see this? When did you come in? This guy here made this game called Earthworld. And in Earthworld, they were going to win a special cup.
Also, it's a literary
And the special cup is like a prize, and the prize is please. Oh, it's not. You can show it.
So you play.
Fuck, I don't know where it is.
And a life.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I'm not sure where it is, but they gave away a gemmed jeweled chalice. And it's like, seriously? How come we don't got cool prizes like there? Look at that.
Figurines and medallions.
If you beat this game and then they gave it to the winner was one fucking Steve Bell from Michigan. Won it. Holy shit, that's so cool. Uh-oh, the Atari 5200, which I never had. Did anybody else have the 52? Man, look at that. It comes with like a television style controller and a trackball. Say what now? Oh man. Atari 5200, an Atari tragedy. In the words of former Atari engineer Jerry Jessup, the 52 was a good idea gone horribly wrong. This video featured how Jessup, Howard Scott, Warshaw, and Todd Frey explained how the 5200 was released into the market over the objections of Atari's engineers.
The 5200 was
Was indeed shit.
The 5200.
Oh yeah, Jen, look at this guy, Jerry Jessup. We think is
horribly wrong.
Stephen.
The big problem that we had at Atari, the
Is
thing
what's
that
his name,
killed the industry more than any other one thing, even more possibly than the ET video
Lucas.
game,
It's Lucas's
is
brother.
that it was
George
the first
Lucas.
product life cycle. No one had ever been through a major success video game console life cycle. So where does it end? Nowadays, when somebody comes out with a new system, they already are designing the next system because they know the life of a system. They know a console is good for a certain number of years, and then it's going to die, it's going to fall off, and that's when we need to be ready and prepared to come in with the new system. Holy crap, you know, our first machine is finally falling off the cliff. We need something. We have something.
It wasn't George Lucas. That's exactly why we're laughing.
Spit it out.
He looks so much like a George Lucas that's a little more stretched out.
3 years before.
I swear, it was like made me double take so hard. I was like, oh, they got George Lucas for this?
And you know, like
It's
I
like,
say,
no,
I'll say it again,
it's not. It's Jerry
it was
Jessup.
The first time anything was being done, no one knew.
And what happened was the Atari 5200, it grew very large because marketing wanted perceived value.
It's uncanny,
Bigger
Mark.
was better in some respects.
It's uncanny.
And then marketing got really focused on the Intellivision.
Like almost, right?
Intellivisions had a bunch of buttons.
You have to look twice.
And they had this disc with 12 distinct regions. And so, hey, if we put an analog stick here and one that doesn't self-center was the great idea, this will be a better marketing method.
One that doesn't self-center.
And of course, it was a horrible experience.
Stephen King and George Lucas.
Focus on what was important.
This poor guy probably has heard it his whole fucking life.
Good games sell.
No doubt he's
bad
heard it his
games
whole
don't.
life.
If you've got a bad control mechanism, doesn't matter how good the graphics are.
A non-self-writing controller.
Now what do you do? So, and that was
He's
the thing.
Temu
Engineering
Lucas.
We really wanted to do something cool, right? We wanted to do like a real next generation because the 400, 800 was already last generation.
Hey, Days, how you doing?
Team and the creative team, the game designers, we were so upset, and we all felt that we were making a wrong decision with this controller. That we put together a petition to upper management.
Shit.
And we just explained that, you know, this is a great product. The control is lacking. We've got some other alternatives we want you to see.
Oh man, they released the 5200 with shitty controls. Hey, Jens, what's up?
The petitioners.
See, I wasn't someone who signed petitions so much as talked to people behind the scenes, because I always felt that was more like the way you operate in a corporation. And but I definitely put the word out whenever I could that, like, you know, this is something we either should have done a few years ago, or, you know, can't really do now.
We told marketing, hey, we could make this 2600 compatible. They didn't want anything to do with it. They said they must be very separate and distinct. We can't have backwards compatibility, which at the time we thought might be a great feature. It's a good way to get people that have these Atari games already and keep them on the Atari
wait, so it was backwards compatible though, at least?
Jump to another platform. And so
that was a great
we
idea, but
designed
the
product
controller was
specifically
just garbage.
so that you could never have 2600 compatibility.
Oh no!
About 2 months before launch,
oh no, they did the opposite.
They demanded 2600 compatibility.
Oh my god.
And at that time, we had to build an adapter. And then we actually had to modify consoles that were already made, the first ones, to work with this adapter. And we called this thing the piggyback parasite.
Well, we do, Danny. It plays PS1. Like the PS3 plays PS1 games. They took away the capability of playing PS2 games.
Around Atari, because nobody wants their parade rained on. And when it's the best parade you've ever imagined in your life, nobody wants to see a cloud. You just don't want to see it. So we didn't.
What I would love to see is a PS6 console that plays all our goddamn discs. All of them. Every one of them. Super Breakout, Missile Command, more and more stuff. Star Raiders, was it any better? No, because look at that controller that doesn't self-auto center. Holy moly, what were you guys thinking, man? Oh, they give us Sword Quest Fire World. Go to the right, like I always said, go to the right. You're not sure in a maze, go right. No, it never fails. Well, I didn't go up. Okay, I'm gonna go down. Something's gotta change. Oh wait, the room changed a bit. Cool game, bro. Remember, it's one big puzzle, right? So you're supposed to figure out, like, you're supposed to know where you're supposed to be going right now by just trial and error, I suppose. Holy God, man, I hope I paid $60 for this. I hope I paid the full price of $60 for this cartridge. Oh my God. Oh my God, okay. There's nothing to it. I didn't even meet one single enemy. It's no, you know what? It's no Dragon's Lair. It's no not Dragon's Lair, sorry, I meant Dungeons and Dragons by Television. That's the real shit. The Crash! Oh, are they going to show us the burial of the... Are they burying? Is this what happens? Oh man, is that from the documentary where they dig up the ET?
When you have a tragedy, and I do believe that the fall of the video game
no,
industry in
Jen,
the early 80s
I may have
was a
missed that
tragedy.
one
It was a
because there were
tragedy for
thousands
many,
of people making thousands of
changed a
crap
lot of
games.
lives.
I may have missed it.
I think it's pretty obvious when it comes to the video game crash that Atari didn't have control over the quality.
I mean, it needed some sort of way.
It was a quality control reason why the video game industry crashed
So many people saw
under
this video game gold rush.
Atari's
started dumping
stewardship,
crap.
basically.
I remember going to KB toy stores and just seeing, really bad box art and just really just terrible looking games.
Like they
And that's
stopped
when
giving
I
a
started
shit
losing interest, and the market
about
became flooded just with garbage.
the
And
cr-
it
the
ultimately
creation
led
of
to,
it.
you know, of course, things like ET being, you know, actually buried in the desert like garbage.
And what happened was that E.T. became the face of the crash of the video game industry, and I, of course, was the butt behind the face. You know, that's kind of the way it went.
Greed and hubris, that's what undid Atari. If they just had worked more from a place of like focusing on the
Quality
making great games and delivering great
control.
games to the customer instead of like
Quality
how can we maximize revenue, I feel like they'd
control.
still be a huge powerhouse today.
Frankly, Warner did not understand technology. He didn't understand the
They just let
consumer
anybody make games.
marketplace.
Right? They just started letting people make games and pirate games and make games and
they,
all that stuff.
and
Hey,
Ray
Indy, what's up?
Kassar, you know, I think was afraid of releasing new product because it might not.
Boulder Dash. I loved Boulder Dash too, Jen.
So that's a sure way to
But
fail.
wasn't Boulder Dash like a ColecoVision game? Like, wasn't it more advanced
a new console
than
by
Atari?
'84 that would have made it so that Atari continued to
I thought it
be
was
a
like
really viable
ColecoVision.
business.
Like, I thought Boulder
never,
Dash was like
never, ever
ColecoVision's
got
big
down
big
to
thing. It
ever
was on Atari too?
Having any process by which we could come up with a better
Good Indy?
system.
Even to say, I think people do believe that like if they just released like the 5200 earlier, or if they released the 7800, or they had done different things, they would could never have like they would have survived the crash a lot better, and they would be like a powerhouse today. You know, like as a kid, I didn't know much about business, but I just felt like something was wrong.
No one knew anything. Certainly no one knew how to replace an existing console with a new one.
The real one-liner about why the game industry crashed and went away is that it was a first product life cycle and nobody knew what to do.
Maybe. Maybe that's simply all it was that nobody had any plans for post Atari. In September 1983, Atari disposed of several tons of unsold, unsellable video games in a landfill in New Mexico. Holy God. Several tons of games. They gave up. They just gave up altogether. So this, what console was this on? 26 still? 26. Saboteur. I think maybe Gravatar we just showed, but on the 2600. Waterworld. Sword Quest Waterworld. Right? 25,000 jeweled crown you're going to win if you beat... That's one of the 4. Left-handed joystick? Make your own? Make your own left-handed joystick. Customizing your game controller was a lot easier with the VCS. This Atari Age article from August 1983 issue, an Atari hardware engineer explains how you can create left-handed joystick in minutes just by swapping a few wires. Millipede! Yeah, but it's not the arcade version, Jen. These home versions are so... Look at the Crystal Castle. For example, I just showed everybody Crystal Castles. Look at the Atari version of... the home version of it. Where's the gems I'm even picking up? I don't even see them. They're invisible. Oh wait, no, they're not invisible. They're these things. Oh, these are the gems. Oh. Oh, okay. Fuck me, this is easier than the arcade game because those enemies are pretty brutal, man. Shit, I would have still enjoyed this shit though. Not gonna lie. One more? No way. No way you're getting it, pal. Come on, everybody join me. What? Well, the beehive. Do they even have it in this version? Holy shit! There we go. Look, Jen, I'll show you. Millipede. Oh. Oh. Almost the same sound effects though as Centipede. There he is. What the heck? Skill issue. Fuck. $7,800. Look at that. It's still pretty nice. Pro-line controller. Look at that controller, man. 2 buttons. Wow. Okay, now that is starting to look like a modern controller. Only sold in Europe, this gamepad gives players a controller similar to the ones included in Nintendo and Sega systems. Huh. Wait. The 7800 had its own asteroids? Oh, fancy. Like, how come you guys get perfectly round asteroids? What was that? Is that a ship? Oh. Wow, so advanced. Okay, this definitely is much better than the Atari 2600. Hey, this doesn't play that bad, really. It has like some kind of like almost real good physics. Even as the even as the teleporter. Oh man, they were spoiled back then. I never got the 7800. I never had it. I never had the opportunity. Look how much better this is gonna be. Yo, Archimus. Yo, dude. Look much better than the other ones. Oh, this is so nice. You can even read the scores. Wow. Wow. Really? I never had the 7800, so this is what it was like, huh? Jealous. I bet you it'd be like owning a ColecoVision in a way. Because ColecoVision was what, powerful. Just missing them. Oh! Okay, whatever. I gotta go leave for work soon anyway. So we're just doing like a little, just checking stuff out in the world, you know. The 2600 Junior. In addition to the 7800, Atari also rolled out a smaller budget price revision of the 2600, retailing for $50. It was a very affordable alternative, and Atari began to put more 2600 games on shelves. Oh dear. Hey, we know you like the PS1, so we made a new PS1 for you. I know the PS3's out, but buy PS1s too. There you go. Man, they really just... Solaris, Real Sports Boxing, on the 2600. Secret Quest. Wait. Were we on the birth of the console? I think we're in the birth. Oh no, did we? So, what I wanted to see was Secret Quest. Because look at the cover on that. What in the... Bro, what are you gonna do? Punch that thing? Why do you why are you gonna punch that thing? That thing looks like it's about to eat your hand off. 2,600, really? How do you play? Come on, just. Remember we had this problem before. I couldn't figure out how to get a game started. Well, then I'm back at it. I'm back at to not figuring it. I've tried all the buttons now. Okay, we're not playing it. Fuck it. Fuck you, Secret Quest. Hey, Maru, what's up?
There's this funny time period.
Fossil fuel flash.
If I wrote a book on the history of the video game industry, there's this funny time period where we had left Activision and we went from this fabulous AAA office complex. Beautiful. We had more space than we needed by a factor of 5.
Danny, you wouldn't let me start the game.
To the most horrible office in Midland Park, New Jersey, in the basement of an optician's office. Game industry, this was after the crash. Game industry was a disaster.
Wow.
And it was just, oh man, what an office. It was horrible. But we survived in it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So anyway, we're in this horrible office. And we're doing C64 stuff at that point.
Ooh.
And I get a call from a buddy of mine. Actually, he was our part-time sales guy. And he always visited Toys R Us, and he knew them really well. He called me and said, you know, you're going to laugh, but they want to know if anybody's doing 2,600 games. Because at that point, there were none. Nobody was doing them.
But there were 26 million consoles in homes.
And people were going in Toys R Us saying, why don't you sell games for my Atari anymore? So I said, wow, that's interesting. How many would he buy if he had a 2,600 game? He said, oh, you know, 20, 30,000 pieces probably. And I said, all right, I'll get back to you. So we did Title Match Wrestling and Super Skateboarding, first 2 titles. I mean, regular skateboarding, first 2 titles. And he loved them, and they sold like crazy. And at that point in time, we were the only people in the world making games on the Atari 2600.
Those are 2,600 games.
And it's
wow.
The Tramiels. So you did some 2,600 games. You know, do a couple for us. Because word got around. There's actually a need. And then...
Hey, this sounds like what's like indie developers and stuff, right?
Says, do some 2,600 games for us. And I said, well, why don't you guys just do them? He goes, well, you know, if I could be completely honest with you, we don't have anything. We don't have the specs. We don't have manuals. We don't have the equipment. He said, we couldn't make a 2,600 game if we wanted to. So could you make something for us? I tell people that, they're like, who the hell wanted 2,600 games? You know what? No one told consumers that there had been a crash. No one went to their house and said, you don't like video games anymore. Because that's what Toys R Us and Walmart said. People don't like video games anymore. But the people at home were sitting going, God damn, I'm tired of combat. Isn't there something else I can play?
I'm tired of combat.
So it was good. We had a great run there. We had a lot of money off those games.
I mean, look at that. That's impressive on a 2,600, really. Actually. No one told consumers that it had been a crash. Yeah, for sure. Like, I really wasn't aware of it until after the fact. Dark Chambers. Based on the 1983 computer game by Dandy by John Palvich. Dark Chambers is a multiplayer dungeon crawling action game that takes inspiration from pen and paper role-playing games? What, a multiplayer game? Let's have to look at it. I feel like I know this. It looks like Gauntlet. Am I an elf? Oh my god, it looks like I'm shooting baguettes. I think I know they're arrows. They're probably arrows. But doesn't this kind of like remind you a little bit of like Gauntlet to some degree? And I think didn't Atari like that's a bone that was making more ghosts. That was a bone pile that was making more ghosts. Directly like Atari. What's that over there? I mean, Gauntlet. Whoa. Yeah, this very much seems like Gauntlet. An early prototype. But if this was multiplayer and it's a dungeon crawler, this would have been amazing. Like for people who love Dungeons and Dragons, this would have been excellent. I would have loved this. I would have played the shit out of this. Dark Chambers. 7,800 again. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I've only got a few more minutes. So we might not be able to get to this part here. Starting in the 1970s, a personal computer began to carve out its own place in the family home. And for millions of first-time computer owners, the name on the box was a familiar one, Atari. Atari gets personal. In 1979, Atari entered the burgeoning personal computer market with a pair of 8-bit machines dubbed the Atari 400 and the Atari 800. $499? Holy shit. $2,000 and $999. $4,000. The low-cost machines. One key selling point was that they could be connected to a standard television, not expensive monitor. 1960, the phrase home computer would have been considered science fiction, but as microprocessor technology rocketed forward in 1970s, Atari was able to create low-price machines that connected to televisions. Suddenly, the dream of home computer was a reality. Now look at that. Look at the keys. You kind of had to like press them in. Whoa. Not like actual keys. Section from the Atari 4 catalog. Okay, so that's the catalog explaining what it can do. Educator, communicator, entertainer, programmer. RAM, 16K bytes of RAM included. Wow. 16,000 bytes of RAM. Allison.
Isn't it? Terrific. How do you keep track of your customers?
My Atari 400 home computer. Excuse me, Dad.
Why Atari?
Shopped around. It's a lot of computing capability for such a low price.
You use it a lot?
She just read all those lines.
There's homework I even programmed.
She just read them all right there.
There's lots of software.
She doesn't have any of that shit memorized.
Of course, only Atari has games like Centipede.
Games?
Well, we executives have to.
Yeah, she's reading that shit.
Atari home computers. Only Atari puts so much in it for you.
Danny, watch your eyes. Watch your eyes again.
Terrific.
Watch your eyes.
Your customers.
She's reading off cards.
Excuse me, Dad.
Why Atari?
Shopped around. It's a lot of computing capability for such a low price.
Come on.
Sure, life's not all fun and games. There's homework, I even program. Atari has lots of software, not all the others do. And of course, only Atari has games like Centipede.
Games?
Well, we executives have to unwind.
Atari home computers.
Do you know, man?
Only Atari
The reason is because they gave her so much dialogue for the little kid. They gave her so much dialogue, and they probably gave her no time to memorize it. No, she's not looking into the camera. She's reading cue cards. I know, because that's what my eyes look like. That's what my eyes look like when I'm doing it. Is there another commercial? Great.
Bought a home computer, huh? An Atari 800 home computer. Nothing but the best for my son. Why Atari? Atari makes computers that, seem friendly, part of the family.
Want to show off?
Sure, they're real easy. Terrific software, huh?
Nice graphics.
And how do you like this for sound capability?
Impressive.
It sure is.
So what's his first project?
Soon, the alphabet. A is for airplane.
Atari home computers. Only Atari puts so much in it for you.
Wow. So interesting, eh? The first gaming PC. Former Atari engineers David Crane and Jerry Jessup, and a game designer Ed Fries. Wait, your last name is Fries? Fun. Hello, my name is Ed Fries. Would you like ketchup with that? Discuss how the first Atari computers First Atari computers were really souped up. Souped up? What's all this talk about food? I'm getting hungry. Game consoles, and why everyone was just fine with that.
I think the Atari 400, 800 were really the first home computers that I felt like were designed to be in somebody's home. And for an average person to
George Lucas.
to utilize.
Oh no, it's Jerry Jessup.
Atari, made some interesting decisions over the years. I mean, they were #1 in the world in making video games, but they saw home computers were coming. And Apple II was out, and they said, we got to compete with Apple for computers. So it came down from on high that we were going to make a computer like the Apple II, but better in some way. But the engineering department said, hey, we're video game people. Why are we doing this? But they were told, you will do this. So what actually happened was the engineers made the Atari 800 into the next best video game player. It had all the sprite capability, it had coprocessors in there. The first GPU in a computer was probably in the Atari 800.
Oh shit.
All of this stuff was going on in the engineering department, and yet the management thought we were making a computer. We were really just making a video game that we could make cool games on.
My participation was mainly on the prototype pre-production side. We had this very sophisticated, allegedly sophisticated, internal interactive test system called the PIT system that we couldn't get a single unit to pass. Labor Day 1979. Can you guys work overtime over the weekend? We need to hand build some production units because we need to put them complete through the entire process. They need to be completely finished, consumer product in the box. We need these for J.C. Penney's so that they can make the holiday catalog. So we worked, I actually didn't leave Atari for about 3 days, hand building these units. And it was like 4 400s and 4 800s to ship on Monday to J.C. Penney's. They received them at their warehouse. They took pictures of them for the catalog, and then they immediately shipped them back to us. That was it. That's what we needed to do to get this product out.
My main contribution.
Couldn't they just send the shell?
Operating system.
Like you just send the shell. You don't have to build it, the whole thing, if you're just taking pictures of it.
And squares and circles and vector graphics drawn into the bitmap of the Atari 800 and put them into the operating system so that I didn't have to put it in any of my games. So I could borrow from the operating system stuff that I'd put in there and use it when making games. So yes, we were tasked with working on the operating system, but we did it our way. We did it in the video game method.
The idea came up that maybe I could get one of these machines for Christmas, and
I thought I was going to get an Apple II.
Yeah, I
because
don't
that
know. We
was
don't know, Kron.
what I had at school and what I thought
It's
was
pretty
cool.
funny, man.
But I got an Atari, and it was an Atari 800 with a tape cassette drive.
Yes.
You know, at first I was like, oh, it's not an Apple, but you know, it's my own computer. It's super exciting. And then the more I got into it, you know, the more I realized it was so much better than the Apple. Probably piss off some Apple people, but it, you know, it was really an amazing machine. I mean, the graphics and sound on it were incredible, and it was a super.
I never had the
fun
800 at
program,
all.
and so that was really what got me started.
Well, you know, it was a different time, and yeah, this is for the computer system. Let me take. Okay, I gotta get going, but I just want to take a look at what the computer system was able to achieve. Please look. There's no way this is the music. This is the music of the Atari 800? Can't be. That couldn't have been the music. They must have just added that. Look at this shit. But it's still pretty cool. I mean, sort of. What am I supposed to do? Shoot those stupid balls? That ball hit me! We're not playing this right now because I gotta get going. But that's interesting. That's a 5200 game. It's not a. Why does it say an Atari 400 800? Oh, you can play the slightly improved Atari 5200 version in this collection. It's the last video, and then I gotta
We
get going.
had access to the 800, 400, you know, pre-production models for.
Yeah, there's no way that was the music. I was like, no,
before they
no.
ever hit the marketplace, and I would literally every weekend.
Like I made
check
music
out
on my Atari
800
STE.
and prototype Star Raiders, and spend the entire weekend playing Star Raiders. It was just absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't get enough of it.
One of my favorite games in the 800. I really liked Star Raiders. I still play that today. I still bring up my Atari 800 and play that occasionally.
Star Raiders was the killer app. Star Raiders was to the 800.
Killer app here,
Halo
bud.
was to the Xbox. You know, it was the game. You really, pretty much everyone bought it with this system. It was the system seller.
It was very well done. It had a lot of depth. It was easy. It had easy modes where people could get through it, and you could work up.
It looks like the
harder
early
modes,
that
and the
Star
harder
Wars
modes
Vector
just
game.
made things a little more difficult. They didn't penalize you for getting good at the game. So,
What did I do with my 800? And I actually did buy an Atari 800 in the company store, and I paid full price for it, full employee price. And I played Star Raiders because that's what you did on the Atari 800. You know, there was a lot of great stuff about, you know, storing recipes and doing this and learning things. And I did go through some of the learning things, but I played the living daylights out of Star Raiders, which was, I think, probably for a couple of years, the most phenomenal game you could play outside of an arcade.
Think about that. It's amazing, right? Like everything is Pong, right? Everything starts really good. Oh my God. For fiber and Wi-Fi, going online with your personal computer required a slightly different procedure. The Atari 830 acoustic modem let you attach your telephone handset to your computer so you could dial up a local bulletin board, which is what I ran. I ran local bulletin boards on my Commodore 64. Okay, last thing.
Atari brings the computer age home.
Okay, Ma, what's the capital of Nebraska? Come on.
Atari home computers can teach you or reach you with important information.
Hey Liz, hey Danny, what's the capital of Nebraska?
The Bears lost.
How about the Lions?
Oh, you owe me on that too.
And if your jump shot is a little off, we can help you there too.
Oh shit, that's where you put the cartridge in it? Shit, look at that game looks good.
For Atari basketball. In fact, there's no end to your possibilities with Atari home computers. They're easy to use and afford. But best of all, they just might be the wisest investment you'll ever make.
Watch this. Hey, Mom. What's the capital of Delaware?
Dover.
I told you she's smart.
Atari home computers. We brought the computer age home.
Wow. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was a ton of fun, and you know, there's probably some more to do and play on that for me. You know, privately, I'll probably play some of the asteroids. Like I'll honestly just toss in the asteroids for an hour or something like that when I come home sometimes from work. And just play it. Oh my God, what's up with all the snow? What's up with all the colored snow? Anyway, I'm really sorry about the short stream today. I hope you had a lot of fun watching at least some of that. Thank you again, Ham, for the wonderful gift to me, because I do love those games, and I love that they put them together in a fashion that is educational on top of everything. Let's go raid Mars Cakes. Let's go raid Mars.
Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
Mars looks like she's still celebrating Christmas and the holidays, still decked out in holiday gear. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to still be dressed up in Christmas stuff, are we? Jen, are you dressed up in Christmas stuff? I don't think so. I bet you Jen isn't. So if Jen isn't, I'm not. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you very much. I'm actually only at work till about 8:45. I just see if I'm tired. Sometimes I just get home from work and I'm just too tired to stream, but I'll check to see if anyone else is around. Maybe playing games. If not, if I got the energy, I'll come on. What should we play? I'll think about it. You know what I was playing just last night by myself? Armored Core 2. Just putting in the old Armored Core. Armored Core 2, because I never played the Armored Core 2. And nor 3. I still need to buy 3. Need to find 3. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you all. Hope you had a good time. Nice to see you all. And hope you have still a restful time ahead. I know New Year's is not here yet. They should be removed by the New Year. That's what I'm saying, right? So I already preemptively taken my mind because I don't want to keep having them. Anyway, take care, everybody. Best wishes. Take care. Have a good night.